We started about 3 years ago when the families were getting really hit hard in the Temecula, Marietta, and Fallbrook area. We learned that the current facilities and programs that were in place to help the needy didn't have enough food. At that time, we're a flower farm, and we raise perennial flowers, but we also in the summertime grow sunflowers. And I said, well, if we can grow organic sunflowers, we can grow organic produce. And so I went to my cousin, so he and I run the ranch, and I presented it to him, and he said, yes, absolutely, let's do that. So we designated about 3 acres at the time of ground to be just used for producing food. We contacted the church and the rescue mission and said, yeah, this is what we would like to do, and we need to partner up. We'd be willing to donate all the land, the tractor work, and the irrigator and the water, but we need lots of labor to make it happen. And they said, absolutely, we want to do that. We partnered up and we started the program back in 2009 and started bringing volunteers out. That first year, we produced about 30,000 pounds of produce and distributed that through the rescue mission. They came back next year, hey, are you guys going to do it again? I said, yeah, absolutely. So this next year, we actually reduced the amount of land that we did and went for more quality instead of just a bigger space with not as much production coming out of it, to match also the load with the number of volunteers that we have. Once we had a plan in place, we put it together and started again, and then last year we did 50,000 pounds. From what I'm told, there's a good 200 families that they get direct distributions on a weekly basis from this program. We've gone up into other churches now and their distribution centers, and we started supplying to them. And then we partner with Orange County, and sometimes we'll trade and we'll ship fresh produce up there, and then we'll get canned goods and stuff in return. So it actually branches out a lot farther than that. We also do distributions in Fallbrook sometimes. If a food pantry needs extra food, we'll donate to them as well. This year has actually been, this is the best year yet. We've really changed the way we organize and plant the crops and manage the crops. We're still harvesting between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds per week. We've already reached 60,000 pounds for this season. To put that into perspective, a fully loaded semi-truck that you see on the freeway, say a Safeway or a Vaughn's truck going down the road, legally can only haul 40,000 pounds of product. So 40,000 pounds just in that one trip. So we're talking about a semi and a half full of food when we're all said and done here. And so many neat things have happened, how it's kind of the whole evolution of the project, where it started just, okay, we're going to have a big, massive garden, basically. Now, with the production being so large and outproducing the need for the direct distributions, we said, how can we take this and parlay this into something bigger and utilize this excess? So what we did is we opened up a produce stand outside the church every Sunday in Temecula at Rancho Community Church, and we sell the excess that we don't have need for on the distribution, and then we take all those funds and we roll those right back into the rescue mission, where they have the ability to go out and purchase in bulk items. In the last 8 weeks, I think it's been, we've raised, I think, $9,500. It's been amazing this year to see all the different things that have kind of evolved out of the one little simple project that started. Now it's getting much bigger, and the impact is stretching not just in that little valley area, but in a much bigger region. So to do that, it takes a lot. We have a lot of volunteers, and that's really the heart of this whole program. Yeah, I might be able to set it up in Kendall Farms. We donate the land and we do some of the prep work, but it's nothing without the volunteers. It really takes thousands and thousands of volunteer hours to make it happen. It's all hand farming after the fields have been set. After that point, when the irrigation lines have to be spread by hand, all the planting is done by hand, all the harvesting, all the weeding, everything is done by hand. That takes a tremendous amount of volunteer hours. But the core group can't make it alone, and by having other groups come in, even if it's only once a season, it makes a tremendous amount of impact. We have Girl Scout troops, we have Boy Scout troops, we have the Criminal Justice Student Association from San Diego State come out, and they bring 25, 30 people. That's what makes it happen. It's a huge boost to the core group when we have a large group come in, even if it's just one shot. And it's like, whew, thank you. The old adage that many hands make light work is truly the case. A good example is the potato harvest. We have one big, usually in the middle of June, we do our potato crop harvest, and we'll have about 200 volunteers come in, because we lift about 10,000 pounds of potatoes in one day, along with the rest of the harvest. And so we will take literally 12,000 pounds to 14,000 pounds of food out of these 2 acres in that one day. It takes a lot of coordination. We've kind of got it dialed in now, but we get 200 people up here on top of the mountain and we just go to town. So it's a huge day, but it's amazing. Every field gets cleaned, every bit of produce gets picked. It's a fun day. It's for everybody too, because it's exciting to get out there. That many people working toward the same cause, and they know what they're doing is making an impact. The work that you're doing is directly impacting somebody in a positive way. It really comes down to the volunteers, and without them, the project doesn't work.